just like the late Marcus and Joni Lamb, who are accused by their son Jonathan of covering the essay of their daughter by a close relative. Daystar programmers Gary and Drenda Keesee's son Tom has been accused by their daughter of essaying her. Both Joni and Drenda face calls to resign from their roles in Daystar TV and Knox County, respectively, until investigations are done and complete. Hello, Anointed Ones, and welcome back to Anointed TV. Today, we're diving into a deeply controversial and sensitive issue involving Knox County Commissioner and Faith Life Church co-founder Drenda Keesee, wife of Pastor Gary Keesee of Faith Life Church. As many of you may already know, Drenda has been facing increasing calls to step down from her elected position following serious allegations of misconduct against her son, Tom Keesee. But despite the public outcry, she has remained steadfast, stating she will not resign. So let's break this all down. What exactly is happening? What does her statement reveal? And most importantly, what should we, as a faith community, take away from all this? To fully understand the weight of this controversy, let's go back to the facts. Drenda Keesee was elected as Knox County Commissioner in the fall of 2024 and took office in January 2025. She's best known as a pastor, author, and television personality, co-hosting Fixing the Money Thing with her husband Gary Keesee and leading Faith Life Church in New Albany. However, things took a dark turn when allegations surfaced against her son, Tom Keesee, who until August 2024 served as Chief Media Officer at Faith Life Church. Multiple women have come forward, including his own sister, Kirsten McKinney, who bravely shared her allegations on social media after others began speaking out. Some of these accusations date back years, with claims of abuse beginning as early as age 10. Adding to the complexity, both the Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost and the Knox County Sheriff's Office have recused themselves from the investigation due to personal connections with the Keesees. That means the Licking County Sheriff's Office is now handling the case. In response to these allegations, Drenda Keesee issued a statement to Mount Vernon News, expressing her pain, frustration, and unwavering stance on both her church leadership and county commissioner role. Here's what she said. The past weeks have been a whirlwind of heartbreak and turmoil for my family and our church community. Allegations posted online have blindsided us, causing deep pain and confusion. My husband and I have poured our lives into raising our children, growing a business, and nurturing a thriving church family, only to see everything we cherish thrown into question. Though it has been painful, I know we must continue forward, trusting that the truth will eventually emerge and that justice will ultimately prevail. There are so many untruths, lies, and false narratives swirling on social media. I have had to exercise patience, trust law enforcement to conduct their investigation, and ultimately cast all of this in God's hands, daily. I have always been a fighter and champion for truth, so the past few weeks have been difficult for me not to quickly defend myself or our church. In the midst of these challenges, I want to take the opportunity to clarify a few facts regarding the church's finances. I want to set the record straight. Faith Life Church has always maintained its 501c3 status, along with the legal ability to receive donations. During a previous review initiated by a disgruntled employee a few years ago, we provided 4 years of financial records to the Ohio Attorney General. No violations were found, although we were given recommendations, many of which we promptly implemented. We strengthened our board by adding 3 new non-family members, and we later replaced my daughter's seat with another non-family member to ensure an even higher standard of accountability. Every year, we undergo a full financial audit by an independent CPA firm and employ a second CPA firm for additional oversight. We have also instituted regular reviews of our financial policies and procedures. When setting salaries for executive senior staff, including my husband and me, we rely on an independent external compensation study. We have consistently chosen to accept far less than these studies suggest, and in several years, we have actually given back more than we were paid. These measures underscore our dedication to responsible stewardship and our determination to honor every gift entrusted to this ministry. In the midst of this, our resolve to keep teaching the principles of the kingdom of God has only grown stronger. I believe that as a church, we cannot allow these circumstances to derail our purpose. Our congregation still needs leadership, encouragement, and the life-giving message of the gospel. It would be easy to retreat, to shield ourselves from criticism, or to give in to despair. Yet we remain committed to the call God placed on our lives, to shepherd His people, to stand firm in faith, and to ensure that the mission of our ministry continues unhindered. Beyond my role as pastor, I also have a responsibility to serve the people of Knox County as their commissioner. I will not abandon the trust that voters have placed in me. Our community deserves advocates who stand up for what is right, regardless of personal trials. While these accusations have caused profound hurt, I will not let them overshadow my duty to represent, protect, and uplift the families I serve. My focus remains on championing the needs of our county, supporting those who are hurting, and fostering unity even when the world around us is in chaos. To everyone who has stood by us with prayers, words of hope, or a listening ear, thank you. Your support reminds me daily that God's faithfulness shines brightest in the darkest moments. I also pray for anyone who feels lost or burdened by this situation, that they would experience healing and clarity. We all wish for this to be over soon, but we will endure, trusting that God will use even this painful chapter for His glory. I believe we will emerge stronger and more compassionate, equipped to bring His love and truth to a world that desperately needs it. Drenda speaks of feeling blindsided and denounces lies and false narratives swirling on social media. She insists she's putting her trust in God and law enforcement. Now, here's where things get even more complicated. Drenda pivoted in her statement to address accusations of financial misconduct in her church. She assured the public that Faith Life Church remains compliant with 501c3 nonprofit regulations, that past financial audits cleared them of wrongdoing, and that independent CPA firms oversee their finances. But the question remains, why bring this up now? Some see it as a defensive deflection, while others argue it's a necessary clarification given past scrutiny of the church's finances. Many in the community, including victims' advocates and local leaders, are asking why hasn't she resigned? After all, when an elected official's family member is at the center of a criminal investigation, especially one of this magnitude, some say stepping down is the ethical choice to prevent any conflicts of interest or loss of public trust. But Drenda insists she will not abandon the voters who elected her. She frames her stance as one of faith and resilience, arguing that public scrutiny won't deter her from fulfilling her responsibilities. So, is she right to stand her ground? The reaction has been deeply divided. Some of her supporters see this as a spiritual attack against a family of faith leaders. They argue that Drenda herself is not accused of any crime, and resigning would be giving in to public pressure rather than standing firm in faith. They believe she has the right to continue her work, both in ministry and public office. On the other hand, critics say that her remaining in office sends the wrong message, especially to survivors of SA. They argue that an elected official must uphold the highest ethical standards and that stepping down isn't about guilt, but about integrity and accountability. It's worth noting that public officials have resigned for far less. If nothing else, the optics of this situation are damaging, both to her political credibility and to the church she leads. So, where do we land as believers? The Bible often speaks about leadership, responsibility, and accountability. We know that no one is above scrutiny, not politicians, not pastors, not even those in our own family. We must ask, should faith be a shield against accountability? Or should it be a guiding light that embraces truth, even when it's difficult? For now, Drenda Keesee remains both a pastor and a county commissioner. Whether she steps down or not, the truth must come to light. Our prayer is that justice is served, healing takes place, and the victims' voices are heard and honored. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Drenda Keesee should resign, or is she right to hold her ground? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more faith-based commentary. Until next time, stay blessed and stay informed. This is Anointed TV signing off. Just like the late Marcus and Joni Lamb, who are accused by their son Jonathan of covering the SA of their daughter by a close relative, Daystar programmers Gary and Drenda Keesee's son Tom has been accused by their daughter of SAing her. Both Joni and Drenda face calls to resign from their roles in Daystar TV and Knox County, respectively, until investigations are done and complete.